Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be playing with this beautiful Barbarian King deck. We're going to do 3 replays and then I'll go in depth on where you should position your hero and where you should position your minis. And also we're going to go through every upgrade order so that you guys can master BK and dominate your opponents on ladder. Don't forget to subscribe to never miss out on my brand new Clash mini videos, and let's jump to battle. Alright, let's jump into the first game. So here I'm going to be going through my thought process. How do I play against a BK matchup here? And my first tip, and that applies to the majority of the decks, I mean, the heroes I'm going to be telling you guys, showing you guys on this channel, is going to be to wait. The round 1 is going to be an observation round. And we noticed that our opponent gave us a lot of information. He gave us the Goblin, the Ice Wizard, and the Archer. 3 units. And that is a lot of information that we just received in round number 1. And now we're going to be able to react. For the Goblin, I will be going for a Wizard. That's going to be completely canceling him out. Let's go for only 1 miner. Let me go for a Wizard right here. An Archer to kill his Archer. That would be very nice. I'm going to go an Archer like this. And then the Ice Wizard to protect my Archer. I don't know if that's going to be enough. He has a 2-star Archer, but right now our Archer has shield. We also put pressure with our miner, and that is going to be enough to take care of his Archer. That is absolutely beautiful to take out his Archer, because Archer is going to be the name of the game in this matchup. A BK against BK. It's going to be who's going to take care of the Archer. And right now we position his Archer, our Archer, so that the farthest troop is going to be his Archer. This means we're going to be locking on, and we're going to do a lot of damage. Let's max out the Archer. That's the name of the game. The Archer, maxing out the Archer is going to be the name of the game. Then the Wizard is going to deny that Goblin. That Goblin's hardly ever going to get any kills, because the Goblin only shines when he's not being damaged for 3 seconds. And the Wizard actually splashes the Barbarian, and guess who's next to it? It's going to be Mr. Barbarian. And right now, look at that position. The Miner is going to focus the Wizard and not my Archer. And as I mentioned to you guys, protecting the Archer is the name of the game if you want to win a BK matchup. And this is where the Ice Wizard is going to be coming in clutch. His 3rd ability, yes, it got reworked. Yes, it's a completely different 3rd ability. But as you guys can see, it still gets a lot of value as it protects the main troop, which is the Archer. I'm gonna upgrade the Miner just so that he can shoot a bit faster. And I'm gonna go for the 1st ability on the Ice Wizard so that we slow down his BK. And that means that his BK won't get that many ultimate abilities on the board. That's really what we're going for. Right now our opponent goes for the 3 stars on the Goblin, on the Ice Wizard. And let's see right now. I think look at the position. Our Miner absolutely canceled his Archer. And look at that. Who's going to pick up the victory? It's going to be my... Alright, going up against Mr. Grand Warden here. Grand Warden BK matchups are interesting. We'll have to see exactly what our opponent is cooking with, because I have a feeling like this guy could honestly go for like a ghost Goblin. So we do have to be aware of anything he could be throwing at us. He is going to go for the Goblin on the Elixir Towel, but fortunately for us, the BK should honestly take the victory here. Because he went for the invisibility, but I don't think that's going to be enough. But does the BK... Oh, the BK switches targets last second. No. That was a really, really well played Goblin for the opponent, who manages to pop his invisibility when my BK focuses his Grand Warden. So now we know a little bit more. We have a bit more info on what our opponent is cooking with. And so let's see, a Miner could be a play. We could put pressure on the Grand Warden. And the name of the game here is going to be to to make sure all of our troops are behind the BK. And if that's the case, then we should be fine. And there we go. I'm making sure I'm positioning everybody behind that BK so that the goblin only focuses on my BK and nothing else. And right now, look at that. The goblin is getting splashed by the wizard, and the goblin should never get a kill. In this scenario, I'm not going to be feeding the goblin at all. I want the goblin to get 0 kills in this game. I do want to save my P.E.K.K.A just in case he princes my BK, because if he princes my BK, then this means that the goblin's going to be locking onto my support troops. So that's not what we want. I'm going to go and max out that archer. You know what? Yeah, I think we should be fine. Let's just keep a bit of elixir in the bank. And let's see what he does. He goes for a Valkyrie. Valkyrie's going to be very strong. It's going to be splashing onto my wizard here. Ooh, my BK is going to die really, really fast here. I don't know if that's going to be enough here. The Valkyrie really caught us off guard here inside of round number 3. So now we're going to have to use the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A is going to be the last piece. We're going to place it on the left because we want to protect the wizard. I think the wizard is going to be an extremely important troop in this matchup. Do we want to get anti-heal? I don't think we do. Don't think we need any anti-healing. The only troop that could heal is the Valkyrie, but it shouldn't really. I'm going to max out the archer, and I'm going to splash, use that splash ability on the ice wizard so that we can make sure absolutely counter that goblin. So let's see how this goes. All right, now the BK goes on the left. That is so unfortunate that the ice wizard just dies to that goblin. Hopefully, oh, that's super scary. The archer, oh, the archer absolutely coming in clutch. That archer upgrade was really, really beautiful. But right now I'm very scared, because my Barbarian King is somehow moving to the left and the goblin's focusing onto my ice wizards. That's really something I don't want to have happen here. Let's go for this, and the last upgrade, we're gonna go for the wizard, which seems to be the main source of DPS here. So not an easy matchup here. Not an easy matchup. So let's see how this last round goes. He goes for the prince. Okay. The goblin is locked onto the BK. That is amazing. But we need to focus on the goblin here. We need to focus on the goblin. Please, 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 please. Archer, can you do something for me? The value of the archer here. The main... Oh my god. If he would have princed my BK, I'm pretty sure he would have won here. So definitely a scary, scary game that we managed to pick up. All right, Mrs. Pink Fury. Okay, so the Pink Fury is, it's an interesting hero, great mechanics, but I think we should be fine here. We're gonna go for an archer and a minor. I was wishing for a minor dissipate for round number 1. So that did not end up happening. And let's see how we do. I mean, the goal here against Pink Fury, not let her get just tons of kills. If we can prevent that, and if we can let the opponent never get a kill with a Pink Fury, then we're gonna be good to go for the rest of the game. Because the worst thing that could happen against the Pink Fury is that she starts getting a lot of kills and she starts getting a lot of elixir, and then it snowballs against you and you're pretty much toasted. So that's something we want to avoid at all costs. I'm gonna go for a Mr. Wizard, kind of spreading my troops, and archer here. Another archer, and we're gonna go for the anti-heal just because I know that the golden giant, if you let him heal up, If you let him get a lot of value, it's gonna be a tough nut to crack. And hopefully, we could go the next upgrade could definitely be an archer, a miner dissipate, as it could basically dissipate the musketeer. So you always want to be on the lookout on how your units behave when you're playing Clash of Mini. It's a no movement, which means the way the game is going to be played is going to be relatively the same. So you want to make sure you look very closely. And right now we saw that the miner was focusing on the musketeer, but it didn't have dissipate. And we also know that the miner was backstabbing the musketeer, so we're gonna go for that. Give the miners just some insane power. We're gonna go for the extra wizard damage, as we know that the golden giant and the pink fury are really close together. And let's see how this happens. Unfortunately for us, the miner is gonna feed the pink fury, which wasn't in our plan. We didn't know that our opponent had the prince, but I honestly think we should clean sweep our opponent here with the archer tanking for the musketeer. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful game. He throws out the yawns, but it don't matter because we took the W's here. Let's jump into another one. Let's jump into another battle to show you guys, maybe against a hero that you'll see a bit more often. Pink Fury, quite frankly, not the greatest hero in the meta. Oh my god, we literally have another one.
Hey! Come on, man! That's too easy!
Alright, so now we're gonna go in depth when it comes to positioning for heroes, minis, and then we're gonna be going with the upgrade order. Now, everything I say is from a theoretical point of view. Of course, you're gonna have to adapt regarding everything that your opponent comes at you, every hero that your opponent comes at you. But this is a general rule of thumb that I like to apply when playing the BK. First of all, let's jump into the hero, Mr. BK. I like to place him up front, but not too close, not too close. I always want to place him up front, maybe one row behind, so that it doesn't get charged by a prince, which would mean that your main tank is basically behind your support troops, your wizards, your ice wizard, your archer. That's not something you want. I usually place it in the center so that everything kind of just gravitates towards the BK. And then you should be fine. Let's move on now to the minis. First up, let's go for the miner. Miner insanely strong ever since the fisherman got nerfed. His range got nerfed. Miner kind of came back in the meta as he's a reliable way of attacking the support troops. Now, usually 90% of the time, in terms of upgrade, it's really a 50-50 between backstab and the drain. If there's a mini that in particular really relies on energy, like a healing ranger, a musketeer, an E-Wiz, a witch, whatever it is, you're definitely gonna go for that drain instantly. And if you know your miner is gonna be behind backstabbing, go ahead and use that first ability to make sure you assassinate and just decimate any troops coming your way. Next up, we've got Mrs. Archer, definitely the main troop in this deck. She synergizes extremely well with the Barbarian King. And when it comes to upgrading order, I really like to go for the first upgrade first, as it's going to multiply your damage output by 2. Next up, we're gonna have that Rush. The third ability just synergizes extremely well because as soon as she gets that damage boost, she instantly gets a 20% attack speed. And then the cherry on top of the cake is gonna be the second upgrade. Once you got that extra damage, once you got that hit speed boost, every time the archer kills an enemy troop, she's gonna get that extra hit speed and she's going to be hitting like an expo. So really, really strong troop. When it comes to the wizard, again, it's definitely going to depend on what your opponent is running, but usually I like to go for the first upgrade. Just that extra damage per second really adds up and does a lot of damage. And then we're gonna go for the splash, expand, try to hit as many troops as possible. And last but not least, you're gonna go for the anti-heal, but this can be subjected to change if your opponent is running something, you know, that relies on healing. Battle healer, healing ranger, a monk, a BK. The second upgrade is going to be very, very crucial. The Ice Wizard, despite his recent nerf, his recent change, his third ability, it's still a strong ability to protect the archer. Basically, you're gonna give that 8 HP shield on the archer, which is gonna allow her to just be even more tanky and cause even more problems to your opponent. This means you're gonna want to place the Ice Wizard next to the archer, and then regarding the upgrade, it's really personal preference. I usually, if I know the Ice Wizard is gonna slow down the hero, focus on the hero and just soak up that value from the opponent's hero, I'm gonna go for the first upgrade because it just slows down. For example, a BK. A BK, when the Ice Wizard is locked on, just gets absolutely nothing done. No hits, no ultimate ability. So I would go for the first one, but if you know your opponent is clumping up his troops, you're gonna want to go for that second ability. This is definitely, again, going to depend on what you prefer playing. Last but not least, the P.E.K.K.A. is going to be an unit you want to be maxing out when you're going up against the Countess. He is going to do 48 damage when maxed out and damage boosted. This means he's going to be able to one-tap the Countess and a lot more other troops. So, and then in terms of upgrading order, I would definitely go for the first one. You could always go for the second if you're relying on the P.E.K.K.A. to stay just immune to control effect, but I would usually prefer to go for that third upgrade in second place. Heavier blade, plus 4 damage, just extra salt to your opponent, injury, and yeah, you should be good to go. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching till the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this Barbarian King tutorial. Now, if you have any questions regarding this deck, regarding a specific matchup, don't hesitate to do it down in the comments and let me know which hero I should do next for the next tutorial. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in another video. Later, fellas.